Hey everyone, welcome to another game of Dominion, and let's take a look at this board. So we've got no starting cards. There is Raid and Alchemy. There seems to be a lot of cards. Right, there's Ruins, that's why. Right, so we've got Moneylender for trashing, we've got Research for trashing. Do we have any villages? We've got Academy, which sometimes is good enough to be a village, especially if we buy Distant Lands, Groundskeepers, Wishing Wells, and Marauder. Oh, and Marauder, when the opponent plays that, I'll gain villages, right? So I do want Alchemy as soon as possible, and then we can just draw. We can use Groundskeeper, Distant Lands, Trash. A Salvager is okay. But do I want to open Research instead, or Moneylender? I think Moneylender first. It's tempting to Gladiator, but I think I will just get a silver. I think I'll go Silver Moneylender. And on my first 5, I want an Academy. That's what I'm going to do. Because I do eventually want to be gaining... I think I will take Salvager over Research, actually, just so that I can get the buy and potentially gain, like, Wishing Wells and stuff like that. But here's definitely the Alchemy the Academy straight away, sorry. What next? I guess I take a Marauder. Like, you still don't really want the Ruins in your deck. Even if they're giving you villagers, right? Do I gain a Wishing Well here or a Gladiator? I think Wishing Wells for now, yes. They're kind of sort of draw, but the fact they're non-terminal and I get villagers when I buy them means I do want a bunch of them. Hopefully my opponent doesn't buy Academy here and I can not give him a villager when I play this Marauder. I doubt it, though. What do I get then? I guess I want Werewolves already. Or Mine. Is Mine okay? Mine... No, Mine's got to be bad, right? So what's he done? He's bought Academy. That's sad, but whatever. Still better to junk him than not. I actually really need something to get rid of these estates. I think I really do want the Salvager. I think the buy is still better. Is that true? Would I rather just draw right now instead? And then salvage? I think can I wait a while? Research is nice because it's non-terminal. But then I don't get the buy. I could eventually Fortune probably for a buy, so you know what, let's get the Research. This is not brilliant. I do get some extra trashing, but not really what I wanted to see. I'll buy a Wishing Well, I guess. That's a shame, you see. I probably could have bought the Research this turn instead if I'd bought a Werewolf. Well, you can't really predict these things. And I'm not spending all of my villagers straight away. Wow. Oh, he knew what the last card was. I was going to say that was a lucky draw, otherwise. I guess the other problem with Research over Salvager, of course, is that I can't play it twice in a row if I trash as an estate. So maybe Research was bad. So my opponent is going for the Mine. I don't think I like the Mine here. Mine's one of my favourite cards. I do try to use it when I can, but it is weak. And, that is the reality of it. My opponent's cycling through his deck very quickly. I suppose my opponent, he's going to be using the Mine to eventually get it to golds. Guess a card. I guess it's copper, right? No, it was an estate. Well, fine. Here I have 5, so now I do want a Werewolf. So you see I'm stacking up a bunch of villagers. It's actually, with Academy, it's actually quite hard to run out of villagers. Like, you just gain them so quickly. There's got to be coppers in here now, right? Oh, it wasn't. It was Marauder. This was silly because now my Marauder... I'm not going to get to play it, but... Fine. It's too late. I clicked. I didn't want to undo. Do I get 9 or do I just pick up something else? Like, it is tempting to just start getting distant lands now, but are we going to have time for Gladiator? Surely we must do. Like, it's still good, right? Yeah, it's got to be Gladiator. So mine is actually going to be okay for my opponent here. Like, I think the slow provincing's got to be wrong because it's so easy to get distant lands and like groundskeepers and stuff, right? Like groundskeeper combined with distant lands is a lot of points very, very quickly. I think we want to have few treasures and then have like fortune eventually if we can. I can Gladiator the spoils and it's guaranteed to be successful. Or even the Marauder, so let's just do that now. I know he hasn't got any, he can't possibly have any. I am actually running out of villagers here, so much for, you never run out of villagers. So I do want to be careful. Again, loads and loads. So let's start getting groundskeepers now. We want something non-terminal. I still just don't want to buy the province. But I guess I do have to watch out for my villagers. Because he's not giving me ruins. You know, my opponent is gaining a load more villagers for free, but oh, there are no coppers left almost. I must have the last copper. And I've only got 1 silver and a gladiator for money and spoils, and that does get me up to 8. As my opponent's mine has given him a permanent treasure, but surely just like playing Marauder's got to be a hell of a lot better than getting a mine to go up to gold, right? Just play a Marauder every deck cycle. Like, that's just so much better. I do want a lot more Wishing Wells, but I think I prefer the groundskeepers at this point because I do want to get them. I guess it is better that I got the research over the salvager because it's non-terminal. I would be running out of villagers otherwise. But also I would be able to like buy 2 Wishing Wells. My opponent just going for more treasures. I mean, okie dokie. What's this going to be? What do I want? I would like more Wishing Wells. It was the silver. Gonna play this. Gonna play this. Maybe I didn't need to play the werewolf, actually. I'm not sure what I was trying to achieve there. I'm going to take another groundskeeper. Then I'll start taking distant lands once I actually have the groundskeepers in play. Obviously, if you have 2 groundskeepers in play and you buy a distant lands, it's kind of like buying a province, but then it doesn't stay in your deck, which is amazing. But you do have to fund it with villagers. The village is really interesting here, actually. I really like Academy on this board. This is a very, very interesting game. I totally want to get rid of this last copper if I can. Maybe I should just research it instead of money lending it. Would I rather money lend it? Probably not, actually. I don't think I really care for the money lender anymore. I've got enough money for these spoils that I'm not playing. What's my opponent doing with these? Is he going to try and start provincing quickly? No, he is going groundskeeper. So this sort of implies to me that I should keep getting groundskeepers now. We will do that. Spoils and a groundskeeper, that's fine. I do want to play the moneylender here. And I will take the Wishing Well. So I've got to remember I have no coppers anymore. And I think I've only got 1 estate. So what is everything else that I have? I need to understand what my deck is. So it's 2 groundskeepers, a werewolf, a research, a moneylender, a marauder, a gladiator. Well, I'm not counting at all here. I've got, 15 cards or something, I think, or 14. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I must have another wishing well. 13. Did I have a second silver? I didn't think I did. I guess it's another spoils, of course. It's important to keep track of these things. I'd like the marauder. It was a groundskeeper. Well, I know I haven't got another groundskeeper, so I guess it's a marauder. Yay. I should be able to work this out. He says it's the moneylender. Yep, it sure is. Right, so we're going to gladiate the marauder because he still hasn't got one. We're going to play the marauder. We're not going to play these because there's no point. We will just take another groundskeeper and we'll play a werewolf on him. What did that do? I missed that. Reveals Gold Estate and Wishing Well and then discards his Wishing Well. Okay, whatever. I've got no research waiting. So at this point, do I just buy a province? Like, I would like to spend these spoils. I probably should have gotten rid of these spoils earlier. I shouldn't have kept them. I should have just spent them. They're nice to have around, but I haven't got the buy yet. I want to keep them around, actually, because I do want a fortune. Yeah, that's the right play. So that means that I buy another groundskeeper. So I'm winning the groundskeeper split 4-2. That's good. I need to be careful with this gladiator because I only want to expose fortune when I can also buy it. Otherwise I just won't play the gladiator because I don't actually want my opponent has no option of when he wants to reveal it. Be nice to get another werewolf at some point, but I actually can't really afford the actions to play it. So I guess I just don't. Despite my opponent being given 5 ruins, which is like 5 or 4 villages. No, it's 5 villages. You know, he is he has got a plus buy from Ruined Market. Interesting. And he's given me Miser. That's annoying. This could be a groundskeeper. Yes, it is. That's good. Let's try again. No, it was a spoils. That's actually also good. Got to be careful here. I would like another groundskeeper. No, it was a silver. We'll trash that. Six. That's not enough. So I do have to play the werewolf. There we go. Now I can play the gladiator. I will play the marauder, and I'm not going to play the groundskeeper because all I want is the fortune. This has opened up fortune for my opponent, but that's okay. I have so many villages. I really like those villages. Of course, because he has a card that gives him a buy. Well, my fortune gives me a buy now, so soon I shall start to gain the villagers back. I can like double buy distant lands. Or just buy all the groundskeepers. How low is piles? Wishing Well is low. Groundskeeper will probably empty. I can stop playing the Marauder at some point. How many? He's only trashed 1. Now he's trashed 2, so he still has 4. 4 of those cards are ruins. Oh, he's bought the Salvager, so he is now finally cleaning his deck. Ooh, trashes the Mine for 5, so he's gonna... Presumably he's gonna get a Fortune here. Yeah, the Salvager is nice, but I just didn't really have time to pick it up. And what would I have played it on? I do want to get rid of my Moneylender at some point. It would be nice to salvage that, but I can't. Surely he gets a Fortune. Yeah, he does. I really need these Groundskeepers. That would be nice. I should play these first to minimise the cards that I can guess. I only have one more Groundskeeper, but I do want it. So I will guess. It was a Wishing Well. There is no research in here. Do we play the Marauder? I just don't know. I think I do. I'm getting rid of my spoils, but before I had my Fortune, but that's fine. I'll take this Groundskeeper. Very low on villagers now, sadly, but do I end up winning the Groundskeeper split? No, I'll probably tie, right, because he probably buys one here. So this is not a great turn for Fortune. I guess I am going to need to play my Gladiator with my Fortune. But I might stop playing Marauder now. Like, just so just don't empty that ruins pile, because that way we don't empty piles. My opponent might be able to get like 3 distant lands a turn, or even 4, right? Because he's got 3 buy cards. He's got a Salvager, he's got a Ruined Market, he's got a Fortune. If I stop playing Marauder as well, then I don't have the spoils, but I do have a gold, which I gained when I bought the Fortune. So he's buying duchies over distant lands. Well, isn't that interesting? I think that's quite bad. I do want these Groundskeepers. Yes. Can we guess another one? Nope, but I did get my Gladiator. I am going to draw. We do have another Groundskeeper in there. Excellent. So here we have anything, but we've run out of villagers now. We'll just trash that. We'll play this. I can Gladiator the Marauder safely. There is no point in playing the spoils here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will take a Groundskeeper, and then I shall take a distant lands. Which is a lot better than Duchy. And it gets me a villager when I buy it. I mean, I do have to play an action on it, but that's okay. I guess in this game I shall forever be wondering if the Salvager was better than the Researcher, if I should have picked up a Salvager earlier. Right, but I just don't have that much stuff I want to trash anymore, so... As my opponent has all these ruins, but of course the Salvager is not earning him any money when he trashes them, so... And I think he will slowly dwindle the villagers down. I mean, what are we going to be buying for actions soon? There's only really Wishing Wells and distant lands that you want to buy anymore for actions. Unless you buy researches just to trash them again later. Maybe we want to run out piles sooner rather than later here. My opponent has a lot more pile control, he's got more buys. Right, he can just buy a load of ruins. How many? He's trashed 3 survivors. So he has 4 ruins still. He's bought a province, and then he's probably going to buy duchies, I guess. I will consider provinces soon as well, because I just need raw points. But if I have 6 groundkeepers, then it's good for me. So keep going for distant lands, I guess. And he gets another werewolf. He can play them better than me. Come on. I want another wishing well, actually. Oh, whew. That was lucky. At this point, I think groundskeeper's more likely. No, well, that's the end of the line. Play the distant lands. Play the gladiator. Play it on the marauder. I'm not going to trash with the research. Could have trashed the marauder in hindsight, but, well, whatever. I played 3 groundskeepers. I will just buy more distant lands. Game's not ending quite yet. Maybe I should have trashed the marauder and revealed fortune. But I might get the chance to play it eventually. Does that say Maraudai down there? Or is it just cutting off the E? Or is it another language? I don't know. A weird visual bug there. It's not great for my opponent. What's he going to do? Buy 2 wishing wells? I mean, if he does that... Oh no, I can't. So he's looking to going to empty the pile with the ruins soon. So I have to watch out. I do want to end this game. I do want wishing wells. 4 of my 6 is 1 wishing well. There's 2 groundskeeper. Hey, there we go. Getting quite lucky here. I am better. I can get 2 provinces with the turn that I have right now. I don't really want to play the marauder, but I will just go for a big turn next time. Set aside the distant lands, but I am sure I will get the chance. Play them. I just hope my opponent... What did I trash? Trashed a wishing well, gained a survivors. Well, that made it easier for him to empty piles, but it's not so good for him to empty piles now because I am actually quite far ahead. I gained 10 points. No, I gained 22 points that turn, which is real nice for me. And I've got all these distant lands coming into my hand. So if he doesn't end it this turn, he is doomed. But what's he going to buy? I mean, all he can really do is buy estates. If he needs buys for ruins, well, maybe that's not true. I don't know. I don't know what my opponent's going to do. Oh, he hasn't got his fortune. That's good for me. I hope he continues to not have his fortune. I mean, maybe he just goes all out on provinces, right? Gets a gold. Well, he's got all 4 groundskeepers in play. And he knew what his last card was, fair enough. Good deck tracking. I really, really need an extra turn. This is nice for my opponent. This is a good turn. I mean, if he can get ahead, then obviously he can just, with 2 buys, then he can just buy the ruins. But I don't think he can. Oh, I think he can, actually. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. Fair enough. I should have played the... would it have been enough? If I played the werewolf, I wouldn't have had enough villagers. Oh, yes, I would have to have played the distant lands, and that would have given me 8 points. That would have made the difference. So, assuming I had drawn them both, of course. Anyway, well done to my opponent there. That was actually a very close game. I was hurt a bit by not having that much money and having to spend the villagers on the gladiator, but I don't know. I mean, I guess the wishing wells were very important. The salvager is what won it for my opponent, though. Like, the salvager was very, very strong with the fortune as well. Yeah, so... that was a cool game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.